The restaurant was wrapped in Christmas warmth, golden lights twined around pillars, soft carols playing low, polished tables glowing under hanging ornaments. It was the kind of place meant for romance. Yara Romanova sat alone at the center table, back straight, expression calm, eyes sharp. At 26, she was already running Romanova Holdings, the company her late father had built and her grandmother had shaped into an empire. She was efficient, disciplined, and terrifyingly competent. Under her leadership, profits rose. Under her gaze, meetings fell silent. But none of that mattered to her grandmother. According to her old woman, Yara could not officially inherit full control of the company, unless she fulfilled one final condition: marriage, children, stability. The old woman wants grandkids, but Yara had no interest in dating, no interest in love. But she needed to fulfill the old lady wish and inherited the company. That means she needs to find a man, even though it means paying them to pretend to be her fiancé for a period of time, until she takes full control of the company. But this was her 15th attempt. She had met many men already. Their careers didn't matter, lies could be rehearsed anyways. But they failed where it counted. One arrived late and was too clumsy. Another drank too much and forgot their lines. One lacked basic hygiene. Two were rejected by her grandma, or rather she saw through the lie. And no man will go home with her for Christmas. Everybody had family to spend Christmas with. That was why today mattered. A doctor, recommended by her best friend. Educated. Presentable. Someone her grandmother wouldn't dismiss within 5 seconds. Yara stretched in her chair, finally done with some work, even though he was 10 minutes late. She didn't mind. Still acceptable. Then her phone buzzed. She read the message over and over. Dr. Frank, sorry. I won't be able to make it today. Her jaw tightened. Irritation flared beneath her calm exterior. Time was running out, and reputation waited for no one. She tried calling him, no answer. She stepped outside before she could explode and called her best friend. He cancelled, Yara said, voice cool but sharp. What? Why? Her friend groaned. That was number 15. Yara replied. This was the only one suitable. You'll find someone else. I'm caused, Yara said flatly. I just need someone for this Christmas. Her friend. Calm down, did you ask why? Yara. I already tried calling him, not picking up. What am I going to do now? Her friend. Come back home for now. Let's find a way or plan. Yara angrily. Yeah. I'll call you later. It's already snowing. She ended the call and steps in. Chest. Irritation simmering beneath her calm exterior. 15 dates. 15 failures. And now, the one man who had seemed acceptable had cancelled with a single text. She dropped into the chair, exhaled sharply, and scrolled through a dating app. But then a hand tap on the table. Excuse me. The voice was firm, controlled. Yara looked up and found a tall man. Dark brown hair and brown eyes standing there. Suit perfectly tailored. Expression cool but clearly unimpressed. So handsome, she thought. I think you're seating in the wrong table, he said. Her patience snapped. I don't think so, Yara replied, irritation leaking into her tone. You're mistaking. He glanced around. Please check again. She bristled. Being bailed on was bad enough, being corrected on top of it. Unacceptable. See, I am not in the mood for this, she said sharply. If you're waiting for someone, find another. I think that's your bag, he interrupted calmly, pointing at a table behind her. It's over there. Yara turned. Her bag sat neatly behind another chair. At another table. She froze. Then slowly she stood. She cleared her throat. I'm very, very sorry. That was my mistake. She moved back to her actual table, face warm with embarrassment, shoulders stiff with pride. She hid her face. That's so embarrassing, oh my gosh. What is wrong with me today? Then her phone buzzed with a message from her secretary. Secretary, I have sent a contract revision to your email. Board needs feedback today. Yara sighed. Of course. No date, no progress. Let's just work. Her fingers flew across the screen, replying, reviewing, typing professional as always. But despite herself, her eyes drifted. In front of her, the man from earlier sat alone, checking his watch. Is he waiting for someone? She thought. A date? Minutes later, she glanced up again. He was still there, phone in hand, calm, unbothered, presentable, well-spoken, composed, probably a businessman. Her thoughts shifted. She just has 3 days before returning to her grandmother's house without a man. Is this a sign? Yara stared at the stranger for a long second. Then she made a decision. She stood, picked up a fresh cup of coffee from the counter, and walked toward him. "Excuse me," she said carefully. He looked up. Yara placed the coffee down gently. "I wanted to apologize. For earlier, I spoke out of frustration. I was really angry." He studied her, then nodded slightly. "That's fair," he said. "I should apologize too. My tone wasn't polite." Kind too, she thought. She sat slowly, leaning close. "You've been sitting here a while. Are you waiting for someone?" A smirk tugged at his lips. "Were you spying on me?" Her cheeks warmed. "No, of course not." He smiled faintly. Yeah. I was waiting for someone. But not anymore." Yara's lips curved. "Same then." She introduced herself. "My name is Yara." "Adrian," he replied. "Nice to meet you," she said. He nodded. Then she paused. "Well, I know this may sound crazy," she said calmly, decisively. "But would you be willing to do business with me?" "Adrian." What kind of business are we talking about?" She hesitated, then blurted, "Pretend to be my fiancé." He froze. She continued quickly. "It's a professional arrangement. No personal involvement. You'll get paid." Then a slow smile. "Interesting," he said. $5,000, she said. He didn't react. 7,000, still nothing. 10,000, he leaned back and smiled. "Deal." Relief flooded her briefly. She smiled. "Done." They shook hands. Then she said quickly, "May I have your number? My lawyer will draft a contract and send it immediately." She feared he might disappear like the rest. He handed her his phone. And just like that, a mistake turned into a contract, and a stranger turned into her fiancé. Few minutes later, Cassie, Yara's best friend, stood across from her. After Yara told Cassie she asked a stranger to be her fiancé. Cassie leaned closer. "You didn't even ask his last name, did you?" Yara didn't answer. Cassie gasped. "You didn't. There wasn't time." "There is always time to ask a surname," Cassie hissed. "We can't even Google him. What if he's a thief? A scammer? A professional con artist? What if he hurt you or worse, steals from your grandmother?" The words stacked, heavy and fast. Yara's mind spiraled. Cassie was right. Every other man she'd gone on dates with had at least been traceable friends of friends, relatives of relatives, someone with a digital footprint. This man? A face, a smile, a first name, nothing else. What if he was dangerous? What if he was pretending? What if she had just invited chaos straight into her family home? Yara lay sprawled across her bed, staring at the ceiling, thoughts crashing like waves. Cassie sat beside her, arms crossed, expression softer now. "I'm not completely against it," Cassie admitted. "But you jumped in blind. It's like paying a stranger off the street and trusting him with everything." The words stung. Yara rolled onto her side, then pushed herself upright. It was fine, she decided. I will figure it out. She refused to let anxiety ruin their last night together. Cassie was leaving for her parents, home the next morning for Christmas. The night was meant for laughter, not regret. "Come on, remember why you're here, let's party." Cassie groans as Yara drags her. "Let's go. Forget about it," Cassie complained dramatically. Yara laughed despite herself. The tension loosened, replaced by warmth and familiarity. Two women pretending everything was under control. Morning came too fast. Yara was pulled from sleep by her phone vibrating insistently on the nightstand. A call. Unknown number. She answered, voice still rough. It was him. "Adrian. Good morning. Sorry for waking you up, but I have reviewed the contract and there are some questions I could like to ask." Yara. "Oh, morning. Sure. Let's meet. I have something to tell you. I'll send an address now." He agreed. The call ended. She stared at the phone in her hand. Let's put an end to this arrangement. This time, Yara's head was clearer. When she stepped into the cafe, Adrian was already there, seated neatly in his suit. He looked up the moment he saw her and stood. "Good morning," he said with a polite smile. He pulled the chair out for her. After a brief pause, she sat. "Thank you," he smiled and sat down. "Would you like to place an order? Have you eaten?" She smiled politely. "No, Adrian. I'm fine." "Let's get to business." "Okay," Adrian replied. "So I'd like to adjust one clause." Clause 10. She scrolled through the contract, flustered. Ooh, the phi. Physical. Then she stopped herself. Wait, what am I doing? I came here to end this, right? She straightened and faced him. Actually, Mr. Adrian, I'm sorry. I can't do this. You see, yesterday, I really didn't think it through before asking you to be my fiancé. The air shifted. Adrian leaned forward slightly. His smile faded. Yara couldn't tell if he was upset or simply listening. "Why?" he asked. "You see, I don't know anything about you," she said honestly. He studied her for a moment. "What do you want to know?" he asked. "I'll tell you." The confidence startled her. "What do you do for a living?" she asked. "I'm a businessman," he said. "Siblings?" "I have a sister." "Married?" "In a relationship?" "Do you have kids?" "No, not married, not in a relationship." "And your last name?" He hesitated first then. "George, Adrian George." She nodded slowly, processing. "Anything else?" Adrian asked. Yara opened her mouth and closed it. Something about the way he was looking at her made her lose her words. "No," she said. "But I still think we should cancel. Do you have someone else in mind?" he asked when she finished. She hesitated. "No," she said. Before she could continue, he interrupted gently. "What's really worrying you?" he asked. "I can adjust. Tell me what you need." "Anything. This situation scares me," she admitted. "I can handle it," he said. That moment she could see the pain and desperation in his eyes. "Do you really need the money?" He smiled. "Maybe." She hesitated first then. "Fine," he smiled. "Thank you." So she told him about her grandmother, about the evil aunt, how they need to act like a real couple at family gatherings. After the brief summary of her family and their whole fake engagement story, he asked her calmly, "What will you gain from this? Why do you want someone to pretend to be your fiancé?" he asked. Yara chose her words carefully because she couldn't trust him fully. "Something, but it's nothing you should concern yourself with. Adrian, just do your thing and I do mine." Adrian smiled. "All right then," he said. She signed. The deal was done. "We'll be leaving in 2 days," Yara said as she stood. "I'll send you my address. Be there early." She watched his reaction closely. He didn't hesitate. "Okay," he stood as well. "I can drop you off." "Thanks, but I drove here," she said. "Understood," he replied. As Yara walked away, she told herself she was back in control. Still, one thing stayed with her. How he agreed far too easily. The day had finally come. Yara's bags were packed neatly by the door. Gifts for her grandmother, aunt, and the household staff stacked carefully beside them. She took one last look around her apartment, trying to calm a nervous flutter in her chest. It had been quiet since the cafe meeting. She and Adrian hadn't spoken, and work had kept her busy, finishing tasks, wrapping up company matters. But now, traveling today, the nerves crept back. What if he doesn't show up? She thought, picking up her phone. The doorbell rang. Yara's chest jumped. She opened the door to see Adrian standing. She froze. He looks different with his hair down. Oh my gosh, he broke the silence. "Hi, good morning. Are you ready?" "Yara." "Oh, hi, yeah," she said softly. "Your bag?" "Downstairs," he said simply. She nodded, turned to carry her luggage out, but he just took it without a word. She raised an eyebrow, surprised, and murmured a thank you. Downstairs, a car waited. "We can take my car," Yara said. Adrian shook his head. What will your family think if you arrive in your car with your fiancé? They'll think I can't take care of you, or that maybe I can't provide. Yara paused, then walked up to him. You have a point, she admitted. Before the journey began, they exchanged rings. Adrian. I love it, but you would at least let me propose to you. Yara flatly. It doesn't matter. He nodded and started the car, and the journey began. Yara planned to go through some contract and email, but Adrian couldn't stop asking questions about her grandma, aunt and herself, even though she sent a list about what she likes and dislikes. He said he needed to more about her, the food she likes and dislikes, allergies and other personal stuff as her fiancé. So Yara told him, and he nodded, listening intently. He even pulled out some snacks he had brought along. During their conversation and the way he talked, Yara guessed he lived a comfortable life and worked 9 to 5. But he didn't say much. After an hour, a familiar streets appeared, the shops, the corners she remembered from childhood. Yara felt a wave of nostalgia. Every holiday she came back here. Her grandmother had taken care of her when her parents passed away. This place had been her home for so long. Soon the mansion came into view. Her heart skipped. She had brought 2 men home before. None had lasted long. Her grandmother always saw through lies. Adrian smiled at her. Ready? Yara nodded, swallowing her nerves. When she stepped out, a familiar voice called out as Mr. Robert, the gardener. They exchanged greetings and he offered to help with the bags. Before Yara could move, her grandmother's voice called her name. My child, you're here. Yara stepped forward, wrapping her arms around the woman who had raised her. It's so good to see you, she said. Her grandmother hugged her tightly. It's been too long, she said. After the hug, Yara pulled back, brushing imaginary dust from her coat as a smile tugged at her lips. It hasn't even been that long since I visited, she teased. You're acting like you miss me so much. We both know you just want a grandchild. Her grandmother laughed, eyes narrowing playfully, and tapped Yara's arm with her hand. Nonsense. Stop talking, she said, though the fondness in her voice betrayed her. Before Yara could add another word, footsteps approached from behind. Her grandmother's gaze shifted past her. And who might this be? Yara's heart skipped. For a split second, she stood frozen, the carefully rehearsed introduction slipping from her mind. She opened her mouth. I'm Adrian, he said smoothly. His arm settled around Yara's waist with quiet confidence. Your beautiful granddaughter's fiancé. Yara felt the warmth of his hand before she processed his words. Adrian reached for her grandmother's hand and bowed slightly, pressing a polite kiss against it. Nice to meet you. Yara has told me a lot about you. Her grandmother smiled. Not a polite smile, not a cautious one. A genuine, approving smile. Yara stared, stunned. Well, her grandmother said, turning back to Yara with raised brows. Why am I only meeting him now? Why didn't you tell me? Adrian stepped in easily. I asked her to keep our relationship private for a while, he explained. Work, media, unnecessary attention. We wanted something just for ourselves at first. Yara glanced at him. Thank God he's really committed to this. I suck, she thought. This isn't just acting, this is a full performance. She smiled quickly. Are you planning to interrogate us out here? She asked lightly. Her grandmother laughed and waved them in. Come in, come in. Food will be ready soon. Adrian's hand remained in Yara's waist. He leaned slightly closer and met her forehead. Go inside, he murmured. I'll help bring in the luggage. Yara blinked, then nodded, forcing a small smile. Don't take too long. She followed her grandmother inside, listening to her chatter about preparations and guests while trying to calm the strange flutter in her chest. The warmth of the house wrapped around her immediately. In the kitchen, Madison, her aunt, stood by the stove, moving with dramatic purpose. Yara, she called brightly. Finally. Look at you, it's been forever. She wiped her hands and pulled Yara into a hug that lingered just a little too long. I'm fine. Yara replied politely when Madison stepped back. Madison sighed dramatically. Just fine. You never call. Never visit. Not even a message. I almost thought you forgot you had an aunt. Just been busy, Yara said calmly, refusing to rise to it. Madison tilted her head, lips curving. Busy then? She asked. Busy doing what? It's not like you run the company. Rico handles most of it. Doesn't he? Yara's jaw tightened. She worked day and night, sacrificed more than anyone knew. She hesitated, choosing restraint. Then Adrian's hand rested gently on her shoulder. You must be Miss Madison, he said smoothly, placing just enough emphasis on Miss. Yara blinked. Madison stiffened. Everyone knew that word was a sore spot to Madison, though she has a son, but she wasn't married. For a moment, anger flashed across Madison's face, but she masked it quickly with a thin smile. And who are you? She asked, eyes sharp. Yara hugged Adrian tighter, letting the ring catch the light. This is Adrian, she said, voice steady. My fiancé. Madison let out a short laugh. A fiancé? Or is this just, that's enough? Her grandmother cut in sharply. Is this how you treat our guest? Go set the table now. Madison fell silent, lips pressed tight. Yara exhaled slowly. Adrian's hand lingered at her back, steady and reassuring. After the argument downstairs, Yara finally stepped into the room meant for them. Their room. She stopped. The realization hit late and hard. She hadn't thought about this part. Not even once. Her throat tightened slightly. She turned around and found Adrian leaning casually against the doorframe, arms crossed, watching her with an amused smile. Is he smiling? She thought. Yara straightened immediately. Let's get ready for lunch, she said quickly, pretending nothing was wrong. Adrian stepped closer. Are you okay? She froze. He's asking if I'm fine. Did she not look fine? Then it clicked. Downstairs. Oh, she said, waving it off. Yes, I'm fine. And you did well, by the way. He raised an eyebrow. You handled everything well, she continued. Honestly, I should give you a bonus for that. But next time, you don't have to interfere with my family matters. Thank you. Adrian nodded. This time, he didn't smile. Yara noticed. Did I go too far? She wondered, but quickly reminded herself it was just an arrangement. Then Adrian's gaze drifted around the room. So this is your room, he said lightly. Before she could stop him, he pointed. Is that you? Yara turned and froze. Prince's storybooks. Old photos. A particularly embarrassing photo of her pinned to the wall. Her face flushed instantly. I forgot to take those down. Adrian laughed. She shoved him toward the door. Get out. His laughter echoed as she pushed him outside, shutting the door with a dramatic sigh. At lunch, Yara noticed something unexpected. Before they even sat down, Adrian presented gifts. For her grandmother. Her grandmother's face lit up. There was even a small gift for Madison. She hadn't expected him to go that far. She found herself chuckling softly as she ate. Then her grandmother asked the question she had been waiting for. So, she said, smiling knowingly, how did you two meet? Yara straightened. She had prepared for this. We met at a cafe I visited often, she said smoothly. Adrian squeezed her hand. Yes, he continued, smiling warmly. I fell in love with her at first sight. Yara blinked. She was always busy with work, he went on. At first, she didn't notice me at all, but I didn't give up. I came there every day until she finally looked at me. Yara laughed softly, slipping into character. She held onto his arm. Stop it, she said shyly. You're exaggerating. He leaned in and kissed her cheek. Her grandmother smiled proudly. Then Madison ruined the moment. And what do you do for a living? She asked sharply. Yara sat up straighter. He's a businessman. Madison smiled thinly. Business? Everyone does business. Even selling flowers. Or sand. Adrian chuckled low and dangerous. That's interesting. Who sells sand? Madison's fingers tightened around her spoon. I mean, if you sold sand, I'd buy it, she said tightly. To support my niece and her fiancé? That's what a good aunt does. Adrian smiled. That's so nice of you, Auntie. But me and Yara won't need your support. The table went quiet. You see, the money I make, he continued evenly, is enough to feed you and your son. Maybe your friends if you have one. So I can and will take care of my wife even if she decides to retire tomorrow. Yara forgot how to breathe. The way he spoke, the way he looked at her. Was this real or just part of the act? She cupped his face gently and smiled. You're so kind, she said sweetly. Her grandmother laughed. Enough talking. Eat before the food gets cold. You can continue all this romance later. They chuckled. Then her grandmother turned to Madison. It doesn't matter what he sells or does, she said firmly. As long as he loves and takes care of Yara, I support them. Madison forced a smile. Moments later, she stood up. I'm done eating. She walked away. Yara watched her go and smiled quietly. She knew that look. Madison was furious. After dinner, Yara tucked her grandmother to sleep. They talked about work, about how tired Yara looked, about life in the city. And of course, her grandmother asked a few questions about Adrian. Yara answered carefully. Not too much, not too little. She opened her room door. Adrian was standing by the shelf. Her photo album was open in his hands. Oh my gosh, she rushed forward and snatched it from him, her face burning. Don't touch those. He didn't look offended. He smiled instead, stepping closer. Why? She froze. She stammered. Nothing, just don't look at them. It's not. He tilted his head slightly. You don't have to worry or feel embarrassed. She looked up. You were still cute, he said calmly. Even back then. Her cheeks flushed. Cute? Still? Does that mean he still finds me cute? The thought lingered longer than it should have. She turned away quickly, placing the album back on the shelf. You shouldn't touch my things, she said, regaining her composure. Just focus on why you're here. She didn't turn around. All right, he replied easily. You can take a shower. I'll step out to the balcony and make a call. She heard his footsteps fade. Only then did she exhale. Why did I do that? Was I too harsh? She shook her head. It's just an arrangement. After her shower, she noticed Adrian was still on the balcony, but still on his call. Feeling uneasy, she walked to the small kitchen corner and made him a cup of chocolate milk tea. She grabbed his coat too. The night air was cold. She stepped onto the balcony and handed both to him with a small smile. Hey, I'm done now. It's cold, you should come in. He looked up, surprised, then smiled warmly as he took the mug and coat. Thank you. You should get some sleep. It's been a long day. She hesitated. I'll take the couch, he added. She wanted to say anything, but the words didn't come. Good night, she said softly. Good night, he replied. She slipped under the blankets, staring at the ceiling. Guilt settled in her chest. Should I apologize? But for what? This was just an arrangement. And yet, the way he had looked at her earlier, was that part of the act? Or was she overthinking? She still had questions. About his work. About everything he said at dinner. About whether any of it was real. She should reply to her emails too. But before she could sort her thoughts, sleep quietly pulled her under. Yara woke to the smell of coffee. And pancakes. Something sweet lingered in the air. She sat up slowly, blinking. The couch was empty. Adrian wasn't there. She freshened up quickly and headed downstairs. What she saw made her stop short. Adrian was in the kitchen, wearing an apron, laughing with her grandmother. He can cook, she thought. And with Grandma. He turned just then and caught her standing at the doorway. Good morning, my love. Before she could react, he walked over and met her forehead. How was your night? She smiled, slipping easily into character. Fine, my dear. She moved past him and hugged her grandmother. Morning, Grandma. Then she glanced at the counter. What are you two cooking? Pancakes, Adrian replied easily. Your grandma was teaching me how to make your favorite. Her grandmother scoffed, smiling proudly. Teaching? He's the one doing everything. I think he's teaching me instead. They both laughed. Adrian lifted a spoon toward Yara. Here, She hesitated, then leaned in. The pancake batter was warm and sweet. Her eyes widened slightly. "Oh my, it's really good," she said. "It tastes just like Grandma's." Adrian chuckled. "I learned from the best." Her grandmother beamed. Footsteps echoed from the stairs. Madison walked in, eyeing the scene. "What's with all this?" "Adrian is learning how to make pancakes," her grandmother said cheerfully. Madison smiled thinly. "That's nice. At least he'll be cooking for Yara, since he doesn't seem to have any work to do." Adrian and Yara ignored her. "Try more," Adrian said. "Feeding her, Madison," her grandmother snapped. "Enough, get the plates ready," Madison groaned. "You always take her side." Still, she grabbed the plates and walked away. After breakfast, Yara gave Adrian a tour of the house and introduced him to the staff. To her surprise, he had gifts for every single one of them. Later, just as Yara tried to slip away to catch up on work, her grandmother dragged her back out with Adrian. "Christmas decorations," her grandmother declared. "The tree won't decorate itself." The three of them went Christmas shopping. Adrian was beside Yara's side the whole time. He helped pick up decorations for the house with her grandma, and she caught him watching her more than once. He paid for everything even though Yara disagreed. He carried the bags to the car, and never once complained, and every time he smiled. By the time they got back, her grandmother still pushed them out, saying Yara should give Adrian a tour of the little town. The town hadn't changed much. The same narrow streets, the same old shops, the same quiet corners where Yara used to run around as a child. But she walked a little slower now, hand pointing at the shop with Adrian beside her. "This used to be the candy store I'd sneak into after school," she said, pointing at a small shop with fogged windows. "Grandma always knew I was there, and got me candies every time." Adrian smiled. "Really? Let's try it then." "What?" "I'm not a kid anymore," she said. He walked towards the shop. "Come on, I want to try it." She huffed, followed him and smiled despite herself. They walked on. Yara showed him the old bookstore where she hid when she wanted quiet, the small park where her grandmother used to sit and wait for her, and the corner cafe where she first learned how to drink coffee without making a face. Adrian listened. Really listened. Not the polite nodding kind. The kind where his attention never drifted, where he remembered every detail and asked questions that surprised her. At one point, he bought gloves for her, saying is cold. They ended up at the small park Yara used to visit as a child. The swings were still there, old, a little rusted, but standing. Adrian stopped in front of them and looked at her with quiet amusement. "You used to ride these, didn't you?" She narrowed her eyes. "Used to." He stepped aside, gesturing toward the swing. "Then ride it," she scoffed. "Absolutely not." He didn't argue. He simply looked at her, waiting. 2 minutes later, Yara was sitting on the swing, a drain pushing her forward, and she laughed sometimes she hadn't heard from herself in a long time. "I can't believe you talked me into this," she muttered. "You look happier," he replied. They stopped by a small shop nearby and bought her favorite cookie, the same brand she'd loved as a child. She handed one to him. "Try it." He took a bite, thoughtful. "It's good." "That pause says otherwise," he smiled. "I was confirming." On the way back, they picked up fresh bread for her grandmother, her favorite. Yara noticed how naturally he remembered things she mentioned only once. As they walked home, the conversation shifted. She asked about his family. "Not much to say," he answered calmly. "I have a sister. My mom too. My dad passed away not long ago." She stopped walking for a second. "I'm sorry." He shook his head gently. "It's not your fault." She nodded, then spoke quietly. "My parents passed away when I was 5. A car accident. Snowstorm. Grandma raised me after that." Her voice softened. "That's why I want to make her proud." Adrian looked at her, expression steady and sincere. "You already are. Anyone can see how hard you work. Your parents would be proud too." A little later, she asked the question she'd been holding in. "Why are you doing this instead of spending Christmas with your family?" He shrugged lightly. "They're not really Christmas people. Give my mom and sister a designer shoe or bag, and they'll be happy." She nodded. "Oh." Then, after a beat, she smiled. Then we'll make this Christmas memorable. The best one. He laughed. Deal. The days passed like that. Madison never stopped asking questions: how he proposed, about his family, how long they dated. Somehow, Adrian always had an answer. Even when it wasn't planned, he delivered it smoothly. Her grandmother, to Yara's surprise, seemed inseparable from him, laughing at his jokes, calling him over. Yara didn't understand it. And then there was the touch, the hand-holding, helping her cut her carrot, bringing her coffee when she answered emails. He did everything perfectly, too perfectly. Even while working on his laptop, he stayed attentive. He had said he was a businessman, but what kind? She wondered. If he is employed, why accept $10,000 from me? The thought lingered longer than it should have. And for the first time, Yara realized the problem wasn't whether Adrian was pretending well. It was that she couldn't tell anymore where the act ended and where something real might be beginning. The house had gone quiet. Lights were off. Footsteps gone. Yara sat at the small desk in her room, laptop open, eyes unfocused. Emails blurred together. Adrian stepped in after tucking Grandma to sleep, his hair slightly messy like he'd run his hand through it one too many times. Still working? She sighed. Trying. He walked inside, stopping by the window to close it. You should rest, Yara. You sound like Grandma, he smiled. I'll take that as a compliment. What are you working on? She sighed. Nothing, just trying to arrange some file, but before she finished talking, Adrian was already beside her. Let me see, he said. For a minute she froze, they were too close. There's an app I use for these kind of stuff. Yara straightened. Really, you know stuff like this? Yeah, here. Done, Adrian said. Oh my gosh, thank you. Saved me a lot of trouble. Yara beamed. You're welcome anytime. As he turned to her, silence followed. Not awkward, just heavy. Their lips were so close. She stood, suddenly aware of how close he was. Too close. The air felt warmer. Adrian, she said carefully. I think you're doing more than you need to. His gaze softened. Am I? This is still an arrangement. He nodded. I know, but he stepped back. For a moment, neither of them spoke. His eyes dropped to her lips just briefly. But enough. Her breath caught before she could stop it. Then she moved first. What I mean is, you don't have to be too friendly with me or my grandma, or be nice to me behind closed door. I mean, it's just the two of us. No acting. Adrian. Really? Do you think I've been acting? Yara, she stepped back, breaking the space between them. Yeah, it's all in the contract. I mean, I think we should. Sleep. Good night. His jaw tightened for half a second before he smiled lightly. Right. She turned toward the bathroom. Good night. She leaned against it, heart racing. What is wrong with me? What does he mean? He wasn't acting all this time, or what? The next afternoon, she was coming downstairs when one of the staff members, the chef's daughter, a young woman Yara barely recognized now, approached Adrian offering him an apple. She smiled politely. Sir, here, nice to meet you. I'm Mia, the chef's daughter. Adrian smiled. Thank you. Yara scoffed. What? Is he smiling at her? She didn't know when she rushed towards a drain and wrapped her hand around him. Babe, why did you leave me? You know I'm sore and can't walk properly. Adrian froze before smiling and wrapping his hand around her. I'm sorry. I was just about to bring you something to eat. Yara, I missed you. Don't leave me without a word next time. Then the young lady spoke. Good day, Miss Yara. Yara. Oh, my. Mia, I didn't see you there. Is that for me? She took the apple from Mia and take a bite. Adrian smiled. Yara. So kind of you, Mia. This tastes so good. Then she turned to Adrian. Can you make apple pie, babe? I want the one you always bake for me. Adrian smiles, enjoying this whole act, and pull her close. All right, my baby. Mia turns. I'll be leaving now. If you need anything else, you can call me. Immediately, Mia leave. Yara moved away. Enjoy your apple. He smiled. Are you jealous? She blinked. No, he laughs. Don't you want to eat apple pie again? No, leave me alone, she said quickly. Too quickly. He followed. Come here, let me carry you. You're sore, right? Leave me alone, I need to tell Grandma something. Then she ran away. And the feeling returned. Uncomfortable. Tight. Possessive. She frowned at herself. This was ridiculous. He wasn't hers. This wasn't real. So why did the thought of someone else smiling at him bother her so much? Yara exhaled slowly. She was in trouble. And this time, it had nothing to do with contracts or pretending. Christmas Eve, Yara came downstairs and stopped halfway. Her grandmother was seated on the couch, yarn in hand. Adrian sat across from her, slightly hunched forward, fingers carefully looping the thread as her grandmother guided him. He was knitting. Yara stared. The scene felt unreal to soft, too domestic. Adrian listened attentively, nodding, occasionally asking questions. Her grandmother laughed, pleased, correcting his hands. Yara's chest tightened. Why was her heart beating faster? This was all an act, a contract. Nothing more. She forced herself to move, heading toward the door just as the doorbell rang. She opened it. Rico stood there. Her cousin, Madison's son. Dark blonde hair. Sharp viper-like eyes. That familiar lazy smile that always made her uneasy. He's here, the one person I don't want to see right now. Madison rushed forward immediately, pushing past Yara to hug her son. Rico accepted it half-heartedly, barely returning the embrace. Yara scoffed softly and turned away, wanting no part of this. Rico's hand shot out, catching her wrist. Hey, cousin, he said lazily. Shouldn't you be working instead of lazing around here? Yara yanked her hand back. Don't touch me. I don't work for you. His smile widened. Don't be so full of yourself. Grandma hasn't handed you the company yet. I could still take it. A sharp hit landed on his head. Is that how you greet your cousin? Her grandmother snapped. After she got you out of prison. Rico instantly changed, grinning as he hugged her tightly. Grandma, I've missed you. Don't say things like that. I'm innocent. Innocent? She scoffed. You get into trouble, spend my money, party, and never show up at the company. If only your mother didn't spoil you. Mom, Madison hissed nervously. Don't say that. Rico's gaze drifted past them, straight to Adrian. Adrian had stood up and moved closer to Yara, instinctively positioning himself beside her. Rico's smile vanished. Mr. Adrian Crail, he asked slowly. What are you doing here? Yara's brows knitted together. Adrian glanced at Rico calmly. And you must be. Rico chuckled. Oh, Rico Romanova, you don't remember me. I came to your company a few months ago. He stepped forward and tried to shake Adrian's hand. What brings you here? And then it hit her. Crail. Her mind raced. Crail Group? She had heard about it before. The rapidly growing multi-billion company in charge of real estate and other properties. Her breath caught. How did I not know? She forced her expression to stay neutral and slipped her hand into Adrian's, introducing him softly. This is Adrian, my fiancé. Rico's eyes widened. Fiancé? He laughed. You got to be joking. It's a drain Crail. A multi-billionaire is your fiancé. No way. Of all the beautiful lady in New York, why choose you to be his fiancé? Do you have anything over his head? Yara, Adrian. I would advise you to not talk to my fiancé like that. Believe it or not, Yara is my fiancé and I love her. So even though you're related to her, I won't hesitate to beat you up if you don't shut your mouth. Rico. Chill, I was joking. Men, I'm just here to see my grandma. And oh, besides I thought you're getting married to Daniela George. Yara literally froze before a drain could reply. Grandmother struck Rico again. Shut up. Don't say things you're not sure of. Do you want to disgrace this family? Rico backed away, raising his hands. Relax, Grandma. I just came to say hello. I'll be back soon. He turned to leave, Madison rushed after him, shouting for him to stay. After dinner, Yara went upstairs and waited. She didn't sit. She stood, arms crossed, heart pounding. When the door finally opened, Adrian stepped in and closed it behind him. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. "You've been avoiding me all day." She let out a short laugh. "Why do you care?" He reached for her shoulder, sensing the tension in her body. "Calm down, Yara. Let me explain." Anger flared in her chest. "Don't touch me." Her voice was sharp enough to stop him mid-movement. "You liar," she continued. "When were you planning to tell me you were Crail?" "Adrian Crail. And you have a fiancé." He inhaled slowly. "I don't have a fiancé. Daniela George is my best friend's sister. We were seen together at her birthday, so people thought we were dating. You know how these reporters are. Believe me, Yara." She laughed again, this time bitter. "Really, okay. I believe you. So what about you being Adrian Crail, not Adrian George?" He paused. "I'm sorry about that." "I didn't." "Didn't what?" "You lied because of what?" "I'm not your type. I'm a stranger. Will you think I will take your money?" Her eyes burned. "I trusted you, Adrian." "Yara, calm down. Don't tell me to calm down." Her voice cracked. "Imagine everyone knowing who you are except me. Your fiancé." She paused. "Oh, I forgot your fake fiancé." She scoffed. $10,000? You probably make that in minutes. What was this to you? A game? Something rich people do for fun? She hated how much it hurt. Hated that her chest felt tight. Hated that she'd started falling for him. Fake, she reminded herself. It was all fake. She wipes her tears. "Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot this is all an act." Adrian's voice dropped. Serious now. "All this is not an act. Yara, can't you see I really care about you? All this was real to me, and I won't lie. I have known you for a long time. Okay? I'm sorry, Yara." "Yara. See what? Just tell me the truth. Did you make a deal with someone? What will you gain from this?" He didn't look away. "What do you mean? I would never do anything like that. I genuinely care about you. But I knew if I told you who I was, you won't agree to the arrangement. And I'm sorry for that. Please, forgive me. I just want to be by your side, Yara. Please, don't be angry. I wanted to tell you soon." Her head shook violently. "You're lying. Stop it. This is a joke. Another act." She stared at him, searching. "I've never seen you before. You never approached me." Then her eyes widened. "Oh my gosh, hold on. Did you have something to do with my failed dates?" He didn't answer. That silence was enough. Her hands trembled as she grabbed her jacket. "You don't have to say anything. This end now. I'm sorry for terminating the contract early." She moved past him. "This ends now. Yara." She didn't listen. The door slammed behind her as she ran out. Heart racing, tears burning but refusing to fall. For the first time since he walked into her life, Adrian Crail had nothing to say. And Yara didn't want to hear anything anymore. She ran until the cold bit into her lungs. Snow fell quietly, coating the ground in white as the house disappeared behind her. Yara slowed down only when her legs could no longer carry her. She found a bench beneath a bare tree and sat, only to realize she's wearing a drain coat. She sobbed. "What is wrong with me? Why am I crying? It's all an act, right? It was fake from the beginning. Put yourself together, Yara." That the tears didn't stop falling. Why was he so perfect? Why was he so nice to me and Grandma? Her thoughts wouldn't settle. At some point, she had started to like him. Not because of the contract. Not because of the arrangement. Even when the contract was nearing its end, she had felt a strange sadness, and worse, she had caught herself wondering how to convince him to stay longer. She liked the way he looked at her, as if she mattered. The way he noticed things without being asked. The way he protected her, quietly, instinctively. Her chest tightened, and the tears came. She bowed her head, shoulders shaking, when small footsteps stopped in front of her. A little girl stood there, cheeks red from the cold. She held out a flower made of paper. "Don't cry, miss. My mom said it's bad luck to cry on Christmas Eve." the girl said shyly. Yara looked up, startled. Here, I made this with my brother and dad, but I'm giving it to you now. Yara smiled and took it with trembling fingers, a watery smile breaking through her tears. Thank you, she whispered. Just then, little girl's family called her to go. She smiled brightly and ran off. Bye, miss, Merry Christmas. Yara wiped her face and smiled at her. That's when she realized where she was. This place. She used to come here as a child. Lights were strung across the streets. Store windows glowed warmly. People laughed. Couples held hands. Children dragged their parents from shop to shop. Christmas was everywhere. She let out a soft breath, smiling faintly. I guess this year's Christmas Eve is going to be different, she murmured. Her phone buzzed. Cassie. A video call. Yara hesitated, then answered. Merry Christmas Eve. Cassie chirped, then stopped. Yara. What happened? Yara exhaled slowly and told her everything. The contract. The lie. The truth about Adrian. Cassie's eyes widened. Wait, CEO of Crail Group? Yara nodded. Cassie was stunned. Okay, that's insane, but also wow. I mean, he did put effort to be near you, and he even ruined your dates. Wow, that man really want you. Yara didn't respond. I'm not saying he was right, Cassie added quickly. He lied about his identity, but, I believe the part about him trying to approach you before. You're so busy with work that you don't actually look at men. Except recently you wanted a fiancé for Christmas. Yara frowned. You're definitely defending him, Cassie. No, what I'm trying to say is that I feel this guy is a good person. He didn't agree to take the $10,000 till after the contract. Maybe he planned on telling you about how he feels before then. Yara, really? You have to be joking, Cassie. Yeah, I guess so, but anyways, I have to go now. Mum is calling. The fireworks are about to start. I'll call you back later. The call ended. Yara stayed there a little longer. She couldn't go home like this. And the last thing she wanted to do was make her grandma worry. So she stayed outside, snow falling gently around her, holding the small gift in her hand, wondering when things had become so complicated, and why walking away felt harder than staying. After midnight, Yara finally came home. The house was quiet, lights dimmed, the echoes of celebration long gone. She stepped inside and froze. Her grandmother was sitting on the couch, wrapping her presents. There you are, Merry Christmas, she said softly, smiling. Where did you run off to? Did you forget about the countdown? Even the staff stayed for the little party. Yara forced a smile. I'm sorry, Grandma. Merry Christmas. I just needed some air. She turned, hoping to slip upstairs before her grandmother noticed her red eyes. Yara! She stopped. Her grandmother chuckled lightly. Adrian left. He said he had something important to take care of. He also stayed for the little party, and he got a Christmas gift for me too. She shook her head teasingly. Such a kind man. Unlike you running off and leaving me. Yara nodded, guilt settling in. I'm sorry. She took another step toward the stairs when her grandmother spoke again. Voice calm but deliberate. You know, she said. He told me you two weren't a real couple. Yara turned sharply. What? Her heart raced. He told you what? Her grandmother nodded. Yeah, on the first night when you guys came. Yara's breath caught. She stepped forward. Oh, Grandma, I'm so sorry. Why did he? Grandma, that's not it. Come on, sit. Yara sat down beside her. He told me everything, her grandmother continued gently. Just the truth. That he likes you. That he's cared about you for a long time. Yara froze. He said he met you back in business school. Her grandmother went on, smiling knowingly. He asked for my blessings to be with you. At first I thought it was part of your schemes. But I saw it. The way he looks at you. The way he listens. The way he wanted to learn your favorite food. You know all this reminds me of your parents. Tears spilled before Yara could stop them. Her grandmother moved slowly and reached out, wiping Yara's cheeks with warm, steady hands. You've done well, she said softly. You've carried so much on your own. But life isn't only about surviving, Yara. It's about living. Yara's shoulders shook. Building your future matters, her grandmother continued. But so does building a family. Love doesn't take anything away from your strength, it adds to it. She smiled. Your parents would be so proud of how far you've come. And the company. She waved a hand dismissively. It was always yours. Nothing was ever going to change that. Yara broke. She moved forward and collapsed into her grandmother's arms, sobbing as she held her tightly. I'm sorry, Grandma. Thank you, Yara whispered, voice trembling. Her grandmother patted her back gently, holding her the way she had when Yara was small. Outside, the snow continued to fall, and for the first time in a long while, Yara felt something shift. Not loss, not fear, but the quiet possibility of choosing happiness too. Christmas morning arrived with a phone full of unread messages. Congratulations. Merry Christmas, boss. Enjoy your day off. Yara stared at the screen, barely reading any of them. Her mind was already somewhere else on one person. Adrian. She had planned to text him but couldn't. She even practiced what to say in her head, over and over. I'm sorry. I was hurt. I miss you. But where did she even start? Before she could overthink it, her grandmother opened the door. Get dressed, she said. Don't argue. We are going out. She sighed, because she knows she can't argue with her grandma. Her plan for today was to stay in bed all day, but her grandma had other plans. At the orphanage, smiles, laughter, and Christmas music filled the air. There's one thing her grandmother does every Christmas. Give presents to children at the orphanage. She's like the female Santa. And she doesn't miss a year. So Yara helped hand out gifts too. Few minutes later, she stepped outside to drop some boxes in the car. That's when her gaze drifted toward the park. Then she saw him. A figure sat on the swing, head lowered, moving slowly back and forth. She didn't need to see his face. She knew it was him. Adrian? Her steps slowed, tension creeping into her chest. She stopped in front of him. Adrian looked up, surprised. For a moment, neither of them spoke. He stood, closing the distance between them. Hi, he said softly. Merry Christmas. Her voice trembled. Merry Christmas. He took a breath. I'm Adrian Crail. She swallowed. Oh, I'm Yara. A weak smile. Yara ran over. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing right now. He chuckled, then said gently. I'm sorry for everything. I should have told you the truth from the beginning. I shouldn't have lied about my identity. I really care about you, Yara. I know, she interrupted, tears slipping despite her effort. I know you care. And I'm sorry too for the things I said. He stepped closer, careful, like she might pull away. No, this was my fault. You have every right to be angry at me or say anything. But please, will you just hear me out? She shook her head slightly, then nodded. Yes. His smile was soft, relieved. I love you, Yara. I have admired you for a long time. You might not remember me from business school, but I do. The way you studied and work hard inspired me to be a greater person for you. And yes, I did approach you, but you know how you're when. Yara chuckled, tears already falling from her eyes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I get carried away when I work. He smiled, then continued. What I'm trying to say is that I want you, Yara. I want to be by your side every second. I mean, we can start as friends and get to know each other properly. I'll tell you everything you want about me. No lies, and I can wait till you. She cut him off, voice barely above a whisper. No, Adrian. You don't have to wait anymore because I'm already in love with you. I love you. He froze for a second. Then his expression softened completely. He kissed her tears. Thank you, Yara. I'm so sorry. Yara, it's all right. I forgive you, her grandmother said with a grin. Well, it's about time. Kiss already. They laughed. Adrian, can I? Yara smiling. Do you really have to ask for permission, my love? He smiled and met her lips. Not hurried, but it was warm. Adrian, I love you. Yara, I love you too. They smiled and pulled Grandma into a hug. Merry Christmas. And the snow continued to fall. Yara, this Christmas wasn't perfect, but it was honest. I learned that love doesn't come wrapped in control or contracts. It comes in truth, in forgiveness, in choosing each other every day. For the first time in a long while, I wasn't thinking about the company, or expectations, or proving myself. I was just happy spending time with the people I love, and maybe that was the greatest gift of all.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.